From the Mount Washington Radio Group online newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie. The chief of the Tuftonboro Fire Rescue Department says the Red Cross is helping 6 family members who were displaced after a house fire in Tuftonboro early Friday morning. Adam Thompson credits an alert neighbor, William Stockman, who was leaving his home to go to work shortly before 2 o'clock with noticing a fire at a neighbor's 1.5-story home, calling 911 and banging on the home's doors to wake the occupants. Firefighters responded to 236 Middle Road, and the chief got there first, finding heavy fire in the front entryway, on the vinyl siding, and in the basement and attic. The chief confirmed everyone was out and then used his own fire extinguisher to knock the fire down. A few minutes later, fire crews entered the house and put the fire out. A pet bird is missing, but all other occupants, including the family dog, made it out safely. The home suffered moderate damage. Thompson said it had no working smoke detectors, and the occupants weren't aware of the fire until Stockman started banging on the doors. The state fire marshal is investigating the cause. Tuftonboro firefighters were assisted by fire departments from Center Ospey, Ospey Corner, Wolfboro, and Moultonboro, as well as Tuftonboro Police, Stewart's Ambulance, and New Hampshire Electric Co-op. New Hampshire's overall high school graduation rate far exceeds the national average, but it ranks in the middle when it comes to low-income students. That's according to a report being released today by multiple organizations, including former Secretary of State Colin Powell's America's Promise Alliance. The report finds the national graduation rate has reached a record 80% based on 2012 figures. New Hampshire's rate, 86%, was the 8th highest, but the report also points out a significant gap between students from low-income families and those from wealthier families. The graduation rate for low-income students nationally is 72%. In New Hampshire, it's 73%, compared to 91% for higher-income students. Compared to other states, New Hampshire has fewer low-income students overall, about 27%. In Maine news, Maine is compiling report cards for its schools for the second year. The Maine Department of Education says it developed the system last year to bring more transparency and accountability to schools across the state. Last year, it assigned schools a letter grade based on graduation rates and the proficiency of students in reading and math. This year, the assessment is being expanded to include the percentage of students getting free or reduced lunch and teachers' education and experience levels. Funding information, average daily attendance, and school and district contact information are also being added. In sports, lefty Jeff Locke had another good outing Saturday night for AAA Indianapolis, and his team came from behind to get 3 runs at the bottom of the 9th, beating the Syracuse Chiefs 6-5. The Norfolk Admirals and Manchester Monarchs are tied at 1 game apiece in their Calder Cup playoff series. The New Hampshire Fisher Cats beat the Reading Fightin' Phils 4-2 yesterday in Manchester, sweeping the weekend series. And the Portland Sea Dogs lost 6-5 to the Trenton Thunder yesterday in Portland. The Toronto Blue Jays beat the Boston Red Sox 7-1 yesterday in Canada. And the Boston Bruins are preparing to face the Montreal Canadiens in the second round of the NHL playoffs. In the weather, cloudy today, highs to the mid-50s. North winds around 10 miles per hour with gusts up to 20. Cloudy tonight, lows in the lower to mid-30s. Northeast winds around 10 miles per hour. And partly sunny on Tuesday, highs in the mid-50s. From the Mount Washington Radio Group online newsroom, I'm Gare McKenzie.